Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim, where we are currently in a cave. Yes. A cave that is, in fact, just a cave, and not some sprawling network of caverns, as is quite often the case in these games, I've noticed. There's a dead little girl here called Igna, who was a vampire. I don't recall exactly what happened. I think he explained it, and I possibly wasn't actually listening. But this is Among the Hist. He's an Argonian who was thrown in jail by a bunch of ignorant peasants because they thought he was a vampire. And so I feel a little sorry for him. And then he got dragged in front of this lord whose child had got vampirism and run away or something. And he was told if he wants to go free, you got to go find my kid. He found her, she's dead. I'm not sure if he killed her or she was already dead or what, but yeah. Either way, he's sort of out of a job. So we're dragging him along with us for a while. Presumably he's some sort of mage by the looks of things. He was also, ironically enough, a vampire hunter before he met us. And before he got thrown in jail and all that lovely nonsense. And I've just noticed I've got this sort of flickering thing going on. It's that good old ambient occlusion, which I don't know where it came from. It's being weird. Anyway. I'm going to pinch some food and some drink while we're here. That's a lot of garlic. And those are a lot of potatoes. That's a dead master necromancer. Apparently she was chilling around with some necromancers as well, or possibly the necromancers killed her. I don't quite remember. I'm going to have to go back and possibly watch the video. I'm sorry. What can I say? When the so-called interesting NPCs start talking, I have a way of just sort of switching off. But actually, this guy seems alright. Got some cracking voice acting as well, in my honest opinion. Well, you know, pretty good for a mod. Why are we just standing on the small dead child? Moving. Oh, more seared slaughterfish. What the hell? Lesser ancient slaughterfish. Are you kidding me? What is this doing here? Apparently, someone really liked slaughterfish. Went out of their way to find an ancient one and eat it as some kind of delicacy, I don't know. Anyway, we're getting out of here. The 60 FPS video trial continues! It looks as if I can brighten it up enough in editing. It may still... Oh my god, okay, boys and girls, if it is dark on your screen right now, rest assured it is really freaking dark on mine too. Night sky looks pretty though. The bits of it that we can see, it's mostly cloudy, and that probably accounts for why it's so damn dark. That really doesn't help a great deal, but it'll do. I suppose this is the point where we find out whether or not Among the Hist has a horse. Better than that, he's got a magic horse horn which summons one. Which is just a regular old black one. Fine. Suits him anyway. Okay, so... Jesus Christ, Claudius, you're hungry again. Screw you, man. You're not having anything to eat. I know we were just picking up a bunch of food which may have made you hungry, but seriously, dude. We don't want to overdo it, do we? We don't want people to be saying, oh, the Dragonborn, yeah, he's the guy, as opposed to the guy who killed all the dragons, he's the guy who ate all the pies. You know... Ooh, I hate it when the local map pops up like that. I've still got weird fog effects on my map here. I probably should have looked into fixing that before we started here. In fact, just bear with me a second. Alright, I can't get rid of it. I don't know. Maybe it was always there, I just didn't notice or something. Maybe this is a result of me coming back to the game after a long break. I've suddenly noticed things I forgot about or whatever. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. Alright, so we're here. suppose we could pop over to Shore's Stone. I don't think they've got any kind of inn we could actually stay at. I think we're probably going to have to make some sort of camp or possibly sleep in the cave. But this fellow did seem to imply that more necromancers might be on their way back to this cave, so maybe we should scarper. Yeah, I don't really know where to go other than back to Riften, but that's sort of... I don't want to do that, because then we're back where we started, more or less. So yeah, I don't know. For some reason there was stuff rushing through the air past me. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, but it is so freaking dark right now. I seriously cannot see where the hell I'm going. So... Let's have a look at our compass, which I do not consider cheating because, I mean, you know, compasses aren't... magnetic compasses aren't exactly advanced technology. I can imagine Claudius has probably got one in his possession, so at least he can tell which way is north. There's a red dot over there. It's coming this way. It's... crikey, it's big. It's a glass golem. Okay. Alright then, that was interesting. Can I loot it? Am I going to have to get up my horse to do it? The normal double tap isn't working. 3 malachite ore, which I don't actually need for anything. You know what? Can I move this at all? No, it's pretty much stuck here now. Ooh, we got northern lights at least. Oh, you know what? It's actually brightened up a bit now those have come out. Excellent. Maybe at the very least now I can find us a decent camping spot. There you are. I do like... I don't know which mod it is, to be honest with you. It's been so long, but all I know is I've got a mod that changes the weather around and the lighting effects and stuff. And one of the effects of it is that if it's a cloudy night, it's... Oh my god, more of you? Really? Oops. There we go. One of the effects of it is if it's a really dark, cloudy night, you can barely see anything. If it's a clear, starry night, or if there's lots of northern lights about, you can see quite a lot. But now they're going away, so... You know what, this spot here will more or less do, I think. Yeah, right here, okay. I hope to God we've got our camping stuff with us. Otherwise we're in trouble. Let's see. Castag sodding skull that I can't get rid of. Ugh. I did do that quest, by the way, because everyone always bangs on about it. I did do this quest involving this skull, but I didn't do it with an official save game of the LP, if you like. So that's why I still have the damn skull, even though I did the quest in my own time, not on camera. With a different save. I swear to God, one of these days I'm going to go all the way back up there to Solstheim just so I can get rid of this stupid thing. Anyway, I don't have any camping gear on my person. I don't suppose you're carrying any.
What is it, Thane? What's mine is yours, Thane.
No. Well, we better hope it's on the horse then. Wow, your horse doesn't even have a saddle or anything, dude. That's a bit... whatever. Okay. Is that an Argonian thing? Is it because you've got a tail with a saddle get in the way or something? I don't know. Is that horribly racist of me? Who knows? Tents. Cooking pots. Thank God. Do we have fire? We have firewood as well. My God. Right then. Shit, yeah, we'll get the cooking pot out. We'll get everything out. We've got a large fur tent with a bedroll and a small fur tent with 2 bedrolls. Well, you know what I'm getting, lads, and you know what you're getting. You can share the little one. I'm having the big one to myself. Also, we need to actually build a campfire. I haven't done this in ages, this camping malarkey. Let's see. Where should I put it? I can barely see what I'm doing. It's so dark. There will do, I suppose. There we go. We've lit it up. Slightly better see what I'm doing now. Now then, my tent. shall be pitched. In the middle of the footpath? Maybe not? I don't know. It needs to be yellow, doesn't it? So that it's in range of the fire or whatever. However you want to phrase it. There we go. Right, well, that's my tent sorted. And you... It's slightly hovering off the ground, but, you know, it'll do. And you chaps can have... There's this one. If it could stop being quite so wonky. There we go. And the cooking pot can go right about there. I don't know if I have actually got anything worth cooking, but, you know. I can make some cabbage soup and a roast pheasant. Oh, roast pheasant. I could really go for some roast pheasant right now, let me tell you. And we'll have the cabbage soup as well, because we can, I guess. It's got to be better than regular cabbage, right? Although, a soup that consists entirely of salt and cabbage doesn't sound terribly appealing, I've got to say.
In the end, I saw the child for what she had become. Not a girl, but a monster. And there is no reconciling with that.
So you did kill her then? Okay, well that clears that up. I'm going to go sleep in my extremely grassy bed, folks. I'll see you in the morning, I guess. Lie down and sleep, please. It's a little awkward the way it has to do this, but hey. That'll do. Why my camera's in the okay, right. Can I get up now? Yes. We're a little chilly. In spite of having the fire here, apparently. Well, it's gone out now, so that would explain it. You know what? I've got enough firewood. Let's warm up for a bit.
God's absolute righteousness was true. Perhaps it was but a failure to reconcile with those we labeled as demons.
I do hope he didn't keep you up all night with his gibberish, Greg. Seems everyone else is pretty cold though as well, because they're both warming up too. Right, we are hungry and thirsty. I can fix that pretty easily. Yum yum. Cabbage soup. And there we go. Suppose I can... Oh dear. Have I just, like, used up all the lantern oil now? No? Apparently not. It's because I left that burning all night. Forgot about it. Well then. So this is what our campsite looks like in the day. I suppose it's not a bad spot, really, to be fair. So certainly could have picked worse ones, but yeah, I know we weren't going any further in that kind of darkness. This is so green looking, that's insane. I swear, I'm not high or anything, seriously, but it's really green, okay? Whew, well, I suppose we better get going. So originally we came down to your cave because we heard about vampire activity and we thought we were going to go butcher a load of vampires, but apparently instead we found you. So that begs the question, I feel, really. What the hell are we going to find in Greywater Grotto? Only one way to find out, eh? Okay, so, right. Suppose we better get this packed up. Seems like an awful waste of a fire, but meh. Nah, I'm carrying too much to... This is probably why it was all on my horse to begin with, if I had to hazard a guess. You there, come here. Do, do, do. That's it, I think, isn't it? Yep. Okay, I can run again. Wonderful. Am I wearing my backpack? I am. Okay, right. I'm just having a sort of fairly typical Elder Scrolls moment of I'm just constantly over-encumbered all the time. In spite of my carry weight being gigantic at 556, I'm still managing to fill that up somehow. What with? Oh, the stonking great suits of ebony armor would be a start. I apparently have 2 suits of the bloody stuff. Why do I have 2 suits of ebony armor, and why am I carrying one of them on my own person, more to the point, when I've got you to carry this rubbish for me? Well, let's sort by weight. Right, you can have that. You can have... Oh, I've got all these heavy masks, haven't I? I must have forgot about that. Right. And I've got the boots of water walking. Don't need those. Or those. Or Nettlebane, come to think of it. Brown Bear Claw. Cloak of Resist Magic. No, thank you. No, thank you. Fur crafting kit. I think I have that for a good reason. I just forget exactly what. That can go away as well. Alright, that's shed a little bit of weight. I must say, the world's looking very pretty this morning, actually. The lighting is just gorgeous. I am genuinely glad that I can actually play this game with an ENB and record it now. I can't remember what happened. I think there was an update that finally came out for my recording software that allowed me to record in windowed mode. You know, full screen borderless windowed mode, but windowed mode nevertheless. With an ENB on. Previously you couldn't do that. Oh, you're a pair of hunters, aren't you? Okay, right. Steady there, guys. Safety. Shoot arrows past us and all that. What the hell are you doing? We're also quite possibly going completely the wrong way. No, not quite. We'll make a left at the next junction-y thing, and then we'll get back on track. It just definitely feels like we're going the wrong way because we're going down the side of a mountain. It's getting pretty dark and dim now, but you know, I guess that's what you get in the shadow of a mountain in overcast weather, etc., etc. But holy crap, look at that view. Like, Jesus Christ, look at it. Just look at it. Wow. Especially with all that distant mist over where, over in the Winterhold area. Damn. Well, you know your graphics mods and your E&B are doing their job when the game manages to look good even in bad weather. That's all I'll say. To be honest with you, this is the only game I bother to use an ENB for. I find that usually... Whoa, hello. Random Durzog. I find they're usually way more trouble than they're worth, but... this one's alright. I forget what it's called. I think it's Seasons of Skyrim or something. It's fairly no-nonsense. Some of the ENBs you can get for the earlier games, like Fallout New Vegas, are an absolute pain in the dick. Guys? Where the hell are you? Mostly because of all the glitches you would get associated with them anyway. You know, it's just sort of like invisible heads and all sorts of nonsense like that. That just doesn't seem to happen with Skyrim, or at least not with this specific ENB preset anyway. But hey, whatever. You guys can catch up, hopefully. Oh, what the hell? You take the long way around or something? Look at him. He just looks like he's straight out of Mount and Blade, doesn't he, with that helmet and everything? You're rocking the medieval Viking look at the moment, Greg. Definitely, big time, and it works for you. Derpy 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 derp. Derpity derpity derp. These animations are just the best. Bounce, bounce, bouncy, bounce, 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 bounce. Alright, we're effectively going to pass through Iverstead, I think, or close to it, yeah. We'll see it on our right. Sooner or later. And that's a giant spider. Fighting a guard. You're right there.
This doesn't concern you.
Oh! You are lucky I'm in a good mood today.
Go on. Get out of here.
Oh, you did not just taunt me. You did not.
All right, if it's a fight you want, you got it.
Go on then. All I wanted was an excuse. That's that. Random elk. Go on, get out of here. Lunatic. It's wonder you're not all extinct, you stupid things. Oh, look, a human! I was just running blindly, slowly across the road in front of him. Hello, human! Please don't shoot me! If those things aren't an endangered species in about 50 years, I don't know what an endangered species is.
Is someone there?
Oh, what? More giant spiders. What is it with giant spiders in the rift?
Hey, watch it.
Oh, shit, sorry. I meant to hit the spider, not you. At least he didn't take too much offense. Apologies. Oh my god. Ah. Ugh, everything's dying before I can get to it now. This is unusual. Bears. Our eternal nemesis. I swear those things do more damage on an attrition basis than the Stormcloaks do. Here we go. There's up on the left here. That's the mountain pass we want. Certain bits of Skyrim, you know them like the back of your hand, don't you? It's one of those things about Skyrim's map, I suppose. Its world, however you want to phrase it. It's sort of a. One of the good things about it is that there's lots of mountains and shit in the way, which makes the whole thing feel really, really big. It makes, when you get a quest that says go to the opposite end of the entire map, it feels like a serious goddamn journey to get there if you don't fast travel. On the other hand, after a while, you kind of figure out that there's only a few ways to travel around the map, and it's usually via the roads. So unfortunately, you get to a point where you sort of like, if you're going from one end of the map to the other, it still takes a long time, but you just know the entire route like the back of your hand. Like, there's only a couple of ways round the throat of the world. Stonking Great Mountain up there. One of them is this. Then there's two other routes, one which goes by that Valtheim Towers place near Whiterun, and the other one which, it's like a tiny little mountain pass across a bridge near Iverstead. And then there's this pass over here as well. And it's pretty much, that's it. There's 3 ways past that mountain, and you have to use one of them every time you go through here. And Oblivion, in my opinion, was kind of like the extreme other end of the scale, where the whole thing was just pretty much completely open, and you could just run in any direction as the crow flies. But unfortunately, as a result of that, the whole world felt pretty damn small. Well, smaller than it actually was. Vigilance of Stendar, if I'm not mistaken. So, and it was a bit boring to explore as well, because you could just sort of go in any direction you pleased, essentially. I suppose you could argue maybe Morrowind was a nice sort of happy compromise. Because you could kind of go as the crow flies, but it was more difficult to do so, as opposed to in Skyrim where you simply cannot, because these mountains are just totally impassable. Hello there. Charming weather they've laid on for us. This is Kinnereth getting pissed off with me again. And we'll end up passing what I think it should be a former Stormcloak camp on our right somewhere, unless it's been repopulated, in which case it's open season. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear unto ye. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Yeah, maybe we should put on, like, our nice furry hood or something, considering we're in the middle of a blizzard right now. It just occurred to me. I'm not, in fact, a Nord, and therefore not immune to the goddamn cold. We'll be in Helgen in a minute, won't we? Now the question is... Yeah, well, Greywater Grotto is actually up here, so we don't want to go to Helgen. We want to actually take a left. The next left, if possible. Snowstorm begins to subside. Thank God. I'm probably going to go straight back into it now, though, having said that. Going up this path here. Alright. Yeah, this is the way we want to go. You guys still with me? Greg is. Among the Hist has disappeared. Whatevs. He's not like an indentured servant or anything. He can do what he likes, I suppose. Boom, boom, boom. Right, this is a bit off the beaten track, this place. If I'm not mistaken. According to the map, anyway. Yeah. So, I'm assuming we need to go up this way first. And then through here somewhere, I guess. Might be easier to go on foot, actually, and start hopping around looking for it at this rate. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I've told you. Blizzard's back. Right. Oh, maybe it was down there, then. Looks like it was. Yeah, alright then. Back down the mountain again. Sorry, Greg. Jesus Christ, this is this is a snowstorm, alright. I'd like to get in this goddamn cave as soon as possible. Potential Falmer is preferable, frankly, to freezing to death. And that's saying a lot, really. You feel chilly. Really? No shit. Okay, so... Greywater Grotto. Ah, there's a little stone cairn here. That usually means... Here be something. Here be something you can explore. Maybe a bit further along here, right. Maybe... oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. Looks like this is it. This took a little bit of finding, didn't it? Crikey. Alright, we've got bones and a coin purse and lots of blood. A promising start. I don't think we're going to find any friendly, talky people in here. We have a Greg. We do not have an Among the Hist. Interesting. Oh, I wonder where he's buggered off to then. Investigate rooms of strange noises completed. I don't know what I...
have a feeling trouble ahead.
Yeah, you and me both, mate. I don't see what part of that was completed. We haven't discovered anything yet, other than a bunch of corpses. Apparently I'm hungry as well. For heaven's sake. More cabbage soup. And the pheasant. There we go. That did the trick. Right. Gonna use this. Oh, it looks like this place ought to have some wildlife in it, actually. This is not screaming Falmer, it's screaming pack of wolves, or maybe a family of bears! Yes! Oh no, saber-tooth thingy-majigger. Instead, for a bit of variety. Saber cat, yeah. Are you actually kidding? Right in the arse. Okay, it's one of those glitchy enemies that just doesn't actually go down when it dies. Interesting. You killed a bandit, so he can't have been all that bad. we killed him. He evidently got such a shock that he just froze. Instant kill and taxidermy all at once on the spot. There's not more to it than this, though. Alright, those are definitely strange noises, alright. Great, it's a talky NPC. I would have honestly preferred a family of bears. This is just getting uncanny now, mate. This is 2 caves in a row we've had this happen. Hello. Oh, right, this way. Hello! You've got visitors! Deaf git. You're just going to sit there singing your little creepy tune. The Boreal Journal of Lathgwyn Evanhart, Volume 1. Really? How long is this? You can pause this and read it if you like. I'm just skimming through it in case there's anything important. Not very important is the answer to that. I'll be with you in a minute, random singing person. I'm just gonna loot everything here for everything it's worth. Out of the way. That coin purse is mine. Alright then, how are you doing? It does appear to... Right, yeah, it's definitely a lady and not Redbeard on a diet, okay. Um,
What is it?
oh, me? Oh, I'm just here for my daily exposition dump from random
What is
NPCs. And it looks like you've got the job today.
Yes. Ah, greetings, fellow traveller. I apologise for my singing. I didn't
Fuck is up
realise
with
I
your
had an
face?
audience. I sometimes fashion myself a bard or a sword singer of legend.
Where did you pinch that armour from, eh? That's Companion's property, that is. Your Vasca is the whole of the Companion. Did she mention anything about that, or am I just randomly... Your Vasca is the whole of the Companions. Because I'm randomly saying things that make no... Whatever. I will assume this makes some sense. I wasn't entirely listening to her. I was a little bit distracted by the weird eyebrow situation we've got going on here.
Yes, and before that it was the longboat of Yeek, one of the captains of the 500 companions. Although, how it went from the former to the latter I can't begin to tell you.
Codlight White Man is dead. Yes, good point. You should return and pay your respects. Why are there random members of the Companions turning up all over the place at the moment who I didn't even know were members of the Companions?
I'm sorry to hear that, but I see no reason to. They say Codlight Whitemane was a good man. It was something I always heard secondhand. The Codlight I knew was far too consumed with his own demons to pay attention to the likes of me. He will be mourned, and rightly so, by those who loved him. But I don't count myself among them.
Oh, you prissy little... Oh, he didn't pay me enough attention, so I'm not going to go to his funeral because he doesn't deserve it. I should punch you in the face right now. I really should. Found anything of interest here?
Nothing. Just the usual trinkets surrounded by corpses, blood and bones. The bandit corpse over there is still fresh. Looks like I arrived here before the wolves could desecrate it. The face on that one looked familiar. I almost thought it was someone I knew. A friend's, cousin's, uncle or something. What does that make us? Strangers. But even the death of a stranger seems like something worth mourning.
You say immediately after just saying, I'm not going to go monk on that because he was mean to me. Oh. Looks like another worthless bloody bandit to me, yep.
Everyone is worth something to someone. Even bandits. But you're right. Neither of us has any reason to waste our tears.
Okay. Are you... what... Who are you and what are you doing here?
Hardly. In my time with the wolves, I did a lot of small favours. Pest control, muscle jobs, or hunting down petty thieves. As someone who spent half her life in the slums and the other half tracking and hunting forest game, this work came easy. Unfortunately, raiding caves, Draugr crypts, ghost ships and spider dens are another matter entirely.
So what does that make you?
I don't know, but I don't have the skills to survive as an adventurer. You need to know which mushrooms are food and which ones are poison. You have to learn how to sleep on a bed of rock and with one eye open. And, as a hunter, you have to get used to the idea of being prey. The worst part is, you might spend a week in some crypt and have no treasure to show for it. So you also have to learn to handle disappointment. Yet it's not the size of a cave that worries me, but what lives inside it. Particularly the caves marked by the Fallen.
That's kind of what I thought was going to be here. You sound like you almost resent companion work. I wouldn't blame you. It's mostly pretty damn boring. What marking do you speak
The
of?
Fallen marked the entrance to their caves with a sculpture of painted bones. I'm repulsed by it, but I don't think I could venture into a cave if I wasn't sure those things weren't looming beneath. The markings help.
I don't think I could venture into a cave if I wasn't sure. Oh, so many double negatives. Right, so you're deliberately going in there because there's Falmer. If I understand you correct. Why do you fear the Falmer? Because they're crazy subterranean goblin creatures that kill everything that moves. I mean, it's pretty, you know... it's pretty obvious, but fine.
I grew up in a poor village outside of Whiterun. It was very small, but full of children and as such, full of life. They said when we played in the yard, the peals of laughter rang all the way to Dragon's Reach. Yet, when I think about that village, I can never hear it. I listen for it, train my ears toward the darkness. But what comes out isn't laughter. There were screams that night. So many screams. The Falmer took my mother, they took my father. They tried to take me.
How did you escape?
Before she took me in, my mother used to light a single sconce by my bed to ward off the dark. I remember the way the light wrapped around its face, how it stood there, tracing its mouth with its tongue. I'm sorry. No more talk about the Falmer. They're foul creatures, and if I never see another, it will be too soon.
Go on then. You sound like you almost resent companion work.
Resent is probably too strong of a word. My time with the wolves was disappointing, but only because I had a false impression of who they were.
What, you didn't realise they're a bunch of lazy asses that sit around eating and drinking and farting all day? Yeah, well, you know, you and me both.
As a child, I thought they could protect me. As a woman, I thought they would groom me. It was naive to think so. Wolves may run in packs, but there's a hierarchy, and a competitive one. Whatever skill or strength I gained, I earned on my own.
Okay, and that melody you singing, it's not as common as some of the other local favourites. To be fair, if you were whistling Ragnar the fucking Red, I probably would have shot you on sight, so...
No, I imagine it isn't. Few have ever heard it, and even fewer understand what it's about.
Oh my god, you're a hipster.
Some say it's a quiet song of glory, while others will tell you it tells the loudest of tragedies. You see, to be a companion, to be part of the circle, one must give up a piece of their humanity. It was not something I was willing to give. So I left my shield brothers and sisters and set out on my own. I figured I needed the time to myself, and I've grown weary of saying goodbye.
Okay, how many more fucking ex-companions do we have littered around Skyrim who promptly buggered off when told you got to be a werewolf if you want to join the circle? Because this is a recurring problem I've noticed. I know it must have been difficult. I myself was asked to make that choice, yes.
Not at all. The choice was easy. I've always been suspicious of easy power. The only strength that you can truly rely on is the kind that's earned.
Have you ever thought about returning, you know, now that I'm in charge? Not that I'm much of a walking advert, but, you know.
No. And it has nothing to do with the circle. That's why I left, but there's a different reason why I won't return.
What's the reason you won't return to your Vasco?
When I was a child, I thought of nothing else but joining the fabled companion.
Ugh, why can't anyone ever give me a straight answer to
Desire to be a hero.
any question I ask them?
I
Jesus
believed
Christ.
there was no safer place to live than inside the great mead hall of Yvaska. I remember kneeling on the steps, drenched
Oh, get to
in
the
wet,
point, come on!
clouds practically screaming the rain. It must have looked so pitiful, begging Skjorn to take me in. Yet it wasn't pity he gave me, but scorn. Who do you think we are, girl? He said. Yvaska is not an orphanage. And he was right. All my
I liked
life I'd
Skjor.
sought
He reminded me of a
protection
sergeant
from
major I once knew.
when I should have been learning to protect myself.
We all need to rely on others. Yep, even me. Why do you think I've got Greg following me around?
True. There are many times when I have relied on the strength of others, and each time it has only served to hinder my own development. I once travelled with a companion. You might even call him a friend. For years I would rely on him for food, for warmth, and for someone to talk to. But what if the day came when I couldn't summon his aid? And then what would become of me? No, that wasn't going to be my fate.
Sweater. Right, how did you eventually become a companion? And if you take more than 5 paragraphs to answer this question, I'm going to Fusrodar you into that pool of freezing water behind you.
The wolves will recruit any fighter who is strong and virtuous, for there are few in this world who are both. My chance came about 7 summers ago, when the city held a tournament to celebrate the birth of the Jarl's son.
What happened at the Jarl's tournament?
I was a girl not even flowered, and the crowd behind me laughed and jeered when I requested to enter my name on the archers list. But all went silent when Yule and Greymane vouched for me, and paid for my entrance with a dagger from the Skyforge.
Why do you think he vouched for you?
From his view atop the Skyforge, he'd seen me grow from a child who could barely knock an arrow to one who could bullseye a flea. He watched me train outside Yvaska day and night, in the chills of winter and the rains of spring, so that I could one day earn my way inside. And on that day, there was not an archer in Whiterun whose aim was more true. Not Aethys or Irela, not even Ayla the Huntress would best me.
Yeah, I don't know about Aethys. I can't remember who the hell that is, but Irileth isn't to be snorted at, for sure.
I was fortunate. Ayla's a more skillful archer than I, but on that day she was not at her best, and I was never better.
Well, that's it then.
Until next time.
Yeah. Probably isn't going to be a next time, I'm just saying. What the hell? I just got catapulted by a random bone. Okay, fine. Ribcage assisted fast travel, like it. Where's she off to now? Oh, yeah, see her around, whatever. That dragon slaying dark elf is probably going to wander off and we'll bump into her later when I've forgotten who the hell she is. Where's the way out? There it is, okay. And more to the point, where is our Argonian fellow we literally just recruited and who has sort of swanned off to do whatever it is he wants to do? Oh, for God's sake. Really? Really? There you are. Okay. At least there's one person around here I can sodding well count on. Count on to get stuck on random bits of rocks.